Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott wave update for ICP. In this video, I'm going to go from the 4-hour time frame to the daily time frame and then down to the micro time frame. First, we're going to analyze the beginning of our trend, which started at $2.82, and have this labeled as a wave 1 and 2, extended third wave, 4 and 5. This completes a larger wave 1 and 2 within our larger trend. Imagine a bigger version of this 1 and 2. We're looking for this third wave on a larger degree. Now, how we can use guidelines to help us establish that this is an impulse is take the beginning of our wave 1, extend that off of wave 2, off the top of wave 1. That's a high probability zone for our wave 4 to pivot from, the top end of that channel, and hold above the 50% retracement of the third wave. We hit an ideal zone here between the 382 and the 50%. Another way we can verify that this is an impulse is take the length of wave 1, extend that off of wave 4, looking for the 1-to-1 extension right there at 1871 for our fifth wave top of wave 1. We also want to see 5 waves within our extended third wave, and it being the fastest moving wave in the shortest amount of time, as we can see. So everything points to this being an impulse. After that's complete, we look for a 3-wave move for our wave 2. Ideal zones for that are between the 50 and the 786. We hit a golden zone, the 618 held above the 66. And when we were tracking this, we were looking for a double zigzag ABC, triangle X wave ABC. From this point, we were looking for an impulse to the upside. What actually ended up happening is our correction got extended and we got a WXYXZ. We had a triangle and extended this correction out in time. You can see we held the price level, but we were getting very worried that this was bearish, ended up being bullish. So one alternate count you can do, but this is way too bullish in my point of view, is make this a 1 and a 2 and a diagonal 1 and a 2, and we have another 1 and a 2, and we're absolutely going to rip faces off here for this next move. The safer approach is to make this a triangle and start our count from this E-wave low. Now, as for our further out targets, this is just rough at this moment, but currently targeting $156 for our third wave. And this becomes a larger impulse, 1 and 2. 3 is our third wave, fourth, and a fifth wave. Now, things we can add to make sure we are following the path we are expecting is our time guideline. We take the length of wave 1 in time, extend that off the E wave, the completed wave 2. And this is this first wave extended out in time. This is my timeline for alt season. The 1-to-1 in time would be around the end of May. The 1.618 extension in time would be around fall, September, end of September. Somewhere in that gauge, in that range, I want to see a third wave hit this target. That would conclude that we are in a larger impulse. Now the minus 100 you see is just the retracement of this wave 1. You put up the minus 100. But if we take the low of our wave 2, rather than the end of the triangle, you can see that lines up very closely with the 1.618 extension. So that's my further out view, rough gauge, $150 by close to the end of the year, right in this range. So from this point, we're going to go down to blowfin on the 1-hour chart at the end of that triangle. This is where we're starting our wave 1 of our third wave. There's our E-wave bottom. You can see right here. This is where we start our count from. Now I have 2 different counts right now. One will eat up a little bit more time, which is right here, and we're actually on linear scale. This is the start of our triangle. We have this as wave 1 and 2, 3, 5 waves up in our third, a triangle for our fourth wave, and we are completing our wave 5 right now. If we go to linear, you can see on log scale, we're not really hitting our target expectations, the 1.618 extension, but on linear scale, we've hit our B wave within our third wave at the 1.618 extension. Our wave 5 has come right between our zone, the 200 and 2.236, and we've hit the 1-to-1 of wave 1 off of wave 4, the E wave. So if this is the count, I'm expecting a little bit of a retrace here. That's these targets right here. Sorry, the chart's a little bit messy. One thing to note in alt season, we want to hold at the previous 4th general guidelines, and we tend to get lighter retracements if this is a true alt season. So we might just get a 236 sometimes, even a 382. And my suggestion is, if you choose to take this trade, is to have DCA entries at those levels and the stops either at the start of the trend, but if you want more position size, at the golden zone at the 66. You just take the entire length of this wave, put on the 66. That's what I would do just to maximize my position sizes and be willing to take a few entries on this. So this is the scenario that eats up more time, and then we eventually get our third wave that completes a wave 1 and a 2. Now, my more bullish scenario is that we are nesting 1-2s. In this scenario, we're not getting a lot of retraces. We get a 1 and a 2, a 1 and a 2 with a flat, and another 1 and a 2 we're creating right now. And this will rip people's faces off to the upside. Unclear which one we're going to get. If you followed my videos previous, my entry's all the way down here at this golden zone, which was on linear scale. I had my entry at the 618, stop at the 66, and I leveraged up as I went. So I'm fine waiting through both at this point and just looking for this to run. Now, if this does run and these are 3 nested 1-2s, these targets are all going to be too close. This is where it absolutely rips to the upside, and I'll be taking extensions from this wave at the 1.618 extension whenever it completes. But it would be well above the previous mini alt season high there at that wave 1. Now, if you choose to take multiple entries and you want to take this one too, in validation of this count as 3 nested 1-2s, would be at this C wave here at 1067.3. If you want to be a little more risky, you'd put your stop just past the 66. Same thing by the 236, 382, which we're at the 382 right now, and stop past that 66. So there's multiple ways to play this. This isn't about trying to be right. It's about navigating the potential setups. That's setup number 1, 3 nested 1-2s. Setup number 2 is we completed a 5-wave move on linear scale and we're coming a little bit deeper, right? So it's all in the eye of the beholder of how you want to risk this out. But just be aware, if you're not in and this starts to go, it's tough to get in. Not trying to FOMO anybody. I'm just making it very clear it's tough to get in. Just look at XRP. Very tough to get in. So that's what I'm looking for. One of those 2 setups. I think this is going to outperform and surprise a lot of people very soon. We'll see if I end up being correct. Now, the one bearish count I have, which I will put up, it's very simple. All this is this is all part of a B wave or X wave. And how you would label this is an A as a 5-wave move, A, B, C, D, E as our triangle, and we just completed our 5th wave. This creates a correction, and we're going down for lower lows. It's as simple as it is, just like that. And this is a 3-wave move with a triangle B wave. You can see we're already through our 618 from the move to the downside. That was right there, our bullish probability zone flip, and we're through our 66. So good signs. We're right at that level where we want to turn this resistance into support. Just want to get above, get over top of it. All right, guys, if you want multiple updates a week, I do have a private Discord where I cover this multiple times a week, every pivot, etc. I also do 4 to 5 member videos a week covering multiple assets. I post trade setups, any advice I can offer. And you can also see the Blofin exclusive on the top left through the Discord. If you are a member, you get 20% rebate for life on trading fees on that Blofin account through the link in the Discord. And that gets paid out same day those trades are entered or exited. You as well get a 10% cashback bonus through the Discord as well. You can read the details through that link. If you don't want to join the membership and you're interested in Blowfin, there's also a 5% rebate for life link in the description as well, plus the bonus. All right, so this is my YouTube schedule. I cover these 7 assets on YouTube once or twice a week, as long as I have time. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Hopefully see you in the Discord.